and get started. If there's anything you want me to say, let me know.
I'm pushing record, so take it away, Katie.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining this afternoon. Really excited that our entire North Carolina group of sales leaders, sales reps, and support is a part of this call today. We've been talking to John over the past several weeks and discussing tools that we can roll out in the local markets to give us really the data, the support, prospecting opportunities so we can move into year 2021 with all the tools at our fingertips so we can be reaching out to new business and be utilizing the sales lyrics to help us have those conversations and really open those doors. So I'm excited for John to be with us today. As you know, he's recording the call. We'll be sending out some follow-up materials as well. Everyone should have already received an email that had your login information, so you can go ahead and log in and start utilizing this tool. And of course, if you have any questions, please get with your manager and we'll move forward together. So with that, John, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so well, thank you very much, Katie. On behalf of the Pulse team, I sure appreciate the opportunity to join your team. And what do I mean by that? I will do everything I possibly can to assist and support each one of you in achieving your mission, of getting new advertisers, but also helping your local businesses. I think we all totally understand how ongoing and uncertain this pandemic and the phenomenal impact it's had not only on our industry, but also on, the local businesses. And Pulse and myself will do everything we can to assist and support you. So we work with a lot of lead papers, and Ben Blackwell, who you probably met through the Vision program, has been very helpful in assisting and supporting us in coordinating and launching our Pulse program to integrate it with, your specific lead programs such as your Vision program. And one of the things that Ben came up with, why does Pulse matter now? Why does Pulse matter especially now? And I thought it was, really timely. And the reason is because I mentioned it a moment ago, we've got ongoing uncertainty. There's probably a new variant in the virus that nobody knows what's going to happen next. And the bottom line is, it's no longer going to be business as usual. Every one of your businesses is experiencing uncertainty. And that's really, really important, because that uncertainty provides you with an opportunity, with the information we're going to go over in just a second, to really help and assist these businesses with solutions, because that's what they want today. They're looking for somebody to be their partner, somebody to assist and support them. They don't want a sales call today. What they want is ideas and solutions again. So what's worked in the past, and I'm going to be blunt, I was an ad rep once and publisher of 7 papers before I founded Pulse. What worked before is not going to be effective today and going forward. And that's because the businesses, our world has changed so dramatically. And as Ben would say from Lee, businesses want and need shopping information about their business. That's part of the key. And you have a unique opportunity, because your businesses now more than ever are facing ongoing uncertainty. They are looking for somebody, once again, to assist and support them to help their business with information about and for their business. And that's really the essence of Pulse, is we provide you and therefore your local businesses over 550 business categories, from automotive, real estate, retail, healthcare, financial, every business category you can think of. Pulse did one very, very simple thing. All Pulse does is ask the questions of newspaper readers and website visitors, the same questions the businesses would ask. It's as simple as that. We ask, for instance, like a furniture store would ask, do you plan to shop at a furniture store in the next 90 days? And put on your furniture store owner hats for just a second. Is that something, if you owned a furniture store, that you would like to know? And obviously you would ask. Obviously, yes. But then we follow it up in this survey and we ask, what do you plan to buy for your home? Just like they would ask. Living room furniture, dining room furniture, mattresses, home office, which has been a big deal. People are working from home now. And so the beauty of this and why it has been so darn effective is we provide each one of you and with you, for your local businesses, the information, the crystal ball, looking into the next 3 months. We normally, in the good old days, ask, what do you plan to buy? What does your household plan to buy in the next 12 months? But because the pandemic is blowing everything up, we ask, what do you plan to buy in the next 90 days? And we just completed this survey in early November. So it is extremely fresh and timely and exactly what the businesses want. And so what we do is we do a nationwide newspaper audience shopping survey. Once again, our newspaper clients around the country just invite their audience, print and digital, through house ads, through email invitations, through Facebook posts, etc., to take the Pulse shopping survey. And here's the good news. We have not just national information for you, no. We have information from newspapers and their website visitors just like you in North Carolina, South Carolina, and the other states right around you like Tennessee. It's the Mid-South region of the United States. So the purchasing patterns are homogeneous. It doesn't include newspaper readers from Maine. Oh my gosh, they're got one hell of a snowstorm right now, right? Or California, Arizona. This is the actual shopping results. They're intended shopping plans for newspaper readers and website visitors. The survey was completed in early November, and the information is what's in your Pulse program right now. Now, one of the keys to this, and this is really important, probably one of my most important tips. In the good old days before the pandemic took me off the airplanes, I did over 2,000 four-legged sales calls, with team members just like you. And you learn a lot going, doing a drop-in call with an auto dealer who can tend to be, rather challenging, as you obviously know, or a typical retailer. What's most important is that they understand this is their research. And what do I mean by that? We ask the same questions they would ask. If you walk into a business, I'm going to share some different tips and suggestions in our get together this afternoon. When you walk in and you say, that it's your research, then they get very defensive because they think you did the research to try and sell them something. But if they understand it's their research, I'll give you an example. I was doing a four-legged call at your sister publication in Madison, Wisconsin, and we dropped in on a realtor. And very quickly, the realtor, as happens quite frequently, said, well, I'm not interested in advertising. Print is dead. And I said, well, sir, I've heard that before, but I've got some good news for you. We just did a real estate survey. The gentleman stopped. He said, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, we asked the same questions you would ask. Like what? He said, well, do you plan to get a new realtor in the next 90 days? Really? What else do you ask? Well, do you plan to list a home, buy a home? He said, can I see that? And I shared with him the results, and he immediately realized there was a listing opportunity that he didn't even realize was there. And the bottom line is, once the business realizes that you have opportunities, in other words, potential customers in the pipeline next 90 days, that they weren't even aware was there, it's extremely motivating. It's very, very engaging. As Ben Black would say, it's the tip of the spear. It's what gets their interest in today's world. And so when you're talking to a furniture store, we did a furniture store where we asked, you plan to shop at a furniture store? Same thing with automotive. We asked automotive questions. We asked insurance questions. That's what gets their attention. And the good news is it's all available for you right now in your Pulse program. It's literally a click away. And we're going to go into the program in just a couple of minutes, but I just want to kind of set the foundation for you. The Pulse tools really make the difference. Like Ben says, why Pulse? Why does Pulse matter now? Because the businesses don't know what's going to be happening. but we have the shopping information, the plans of readers, website visitors, some publications just like yours right in your region of the country and what they plan to do. Now, I want to share, let me pause for a second. Are there any questions on how we did the research or the purpose of the shopping research? So just unmute yourself and I'd be more than happy, to answer any questions, or you can send me an email if you're a little embarrassed to ask in the group, Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net. So any questions before we go on and share with you, how to access and use the information? Okay, so we had a couple of different engagement pieces, and that's what it is to really grab the attention of the business. The first one is the teaser. It's one simple big number on the opportunity for their business category of your audience in the next 3 months. So the example you see right in front of you is, look at that, a big number pops up. 702 local households plan to shop a remodeling contractor over the next 3 months. Would you like to know more about what they plan to buy? Kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling. Every time a business realizes you got information and you ask them, would you like to know more about what their plans are? They want to know more because it's their business. Now let me pause here. How did we get 702? Well, it's not really rocket science. In the survey, we find out and document the percentage who plan to buy. In other words, the percentage who said yes. So if 100 people, took the survey, and 5 people said yes, that's 5%, right? If 10 people said yes, they plan to buy a car, that's 10%, right? And so what we do is just provide the percentage. The percentage, and by the way, the sample was over 1,200 for Mid-South. And putting that in perspective, when they do nationwide polling, political polling, for instance, they use between 800 to 1,200 for the United States of America with over 100 million households. We've got over 1,200 just in North Carolina and your adjacent states. And so back to the teaser. It's just very simple. It's what the business wants. What's in it for me? What's my opportunity? 702, it gets their attention. Would you like to know more? Like what? About their plans for kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling. You got their attention, okay? And once again, we just take the number of households you reach times the percentage from the survey who said, yes, they plan to purchase that particular item or service, etc. Okay? And by the way, we use households instead of readers or people. And the reason for that is it's the household who in most cases makes the purchase. There might be 1.9, 2.3 readers per household, but it's the household who's going to hire the remodeling contractor, right? It's the household who's going to buy the car. And so that's why Pulse uses the household as the projecting basis. It's frankly more realistic and won't overstate the purchasing. So that's the teaser. Very simple. It's designed as a half page to wrap around an existing piece you already have, to take out and to start the conversation. And Katie mentioned that just a moment ago. We're about helping you start the conversation, get the interest of the business. The second piece we have for you is the flyer. This is probably our most popular piece. It's kind of like a super teaser. And I will show you in just a second. Some of you are wondering, well, let's get to how do you do this? Well, it's literally, you can create a flyer like this, customized for a specific business for their category with literally the grabbing, eye-popping information about and for them in under 60 seconds. So to help your business during these uncertain times, Pulse asked the questions you would ask. Simple question. Do you plan to shop, use a remodeling contractor next 3 months? Once again, 702 said yes. But the flyer is cool because it takes it a step further to provide them with solutions, ideas. That's what businesses want. Where should I be targeting? Where should I put my marketing dollars? Well, maybe it might be in remodeling bathrooms. Look at that, 839. In this example, 5.5%. Percent doesn't sound like much, but put on your remodeling contractor hat for a moment. Is 839 in the next 90 days potential remodeling bathroom jobs something that'll grab your attention? I kind of think yes. Let me share with you another story. I was in Longview, Washington, another sister publication, and we walked into an HVAC, and the gentleman said to the ad rep, I thought I told you a couple of weeks ago, I'm too busy. I'm not going to be advertising. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, sorry for the interruption, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, just a minute, sir. I've got some good news. What do you mean? I said, we did a heating and air conditioning survey. That immediately grabbed his attention, his business. And he kind of had that quizzical look on his face. And so I said, we asked the questions you would ask. And he said, like what? And I said, do you plan to use a heating and air conditioning business? And he said, what did you find out? And I shared with him the big number. And he said, what else did you ask? And I said, we asked about their needs for such things as new furnaces, repairing furnaces. He said, let me see that. So I shared with him a flyer just like this. And on the list, on the flyer there in Longview, Washington, was fix a furnace. And there was over 1,000 households who said they need to fix their furnace. He turned to the ad rep, true story. And he said, my back shop hasn't been that busy. He said, I've got new construction trucks running all around the place, but I need business in my back shop. He said, thank you. We're going to be advertising furnace repair. So the flyer is a great engagement tool to get their attention about and for their business, but it also provides them with an insight, pearls of opportunity, where they can identify where to get new business. So that's the flyer. We also have the flyer set up so you can print it as a landscape, horizontal. What's the benefit of that? You can print this and use it as the front page to start the conversation with your vision proposal. So it can be integrated right into your vision proposal. What's the benefit? What's in it for them? Grab their attention, right? Okay, you got 694 households in this example. You are going to buy a reclining chair in the next 90 days. Now you can share with them in your vision campaign, here's how to reach them. Here's how to get a larger share. Do you want to talk to them? Do you want to talk to the 694 households who are going to buy a reclining chair? The over 1,800 households are going to buy living room furniture? Of course they do. Well, here's our suggestion, our package, our vision proposal to help you get a larger share of our audience's opportunity. Because remember, this is your audience. It's projecting of your audience. A lot of times ad reps ask me, well, where do these numbers come from? And I'll be blunt. A lot of team members are very good people, but they're not particularly comfortable with numbers. That's okay. All Pulse does, once again, is we ask the questions the business asks. But let me answer the question, where do the numbers come from, with a couple of short questions for you. Do your publications and website reach households who plan to shop at a new car dealership in the next 3 months? Yes or no? So somebody, answer the question if you would, please. Yes or no? Do you reach households who in the next 90 days will shop at a new car dealership?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let me follow up though. How many households do you reach in the next 90 days who are going to shop at a new car dealership?
We do not know.
Probably not. And that's where Pulse comes in. And let me also submit to you, can you guys think of a car dealer who would like to know how many households you reach who plan to shop at a new car dealership in the next 90 days? I know when I was an ad rep, I certainly could think of a few car dealerships who would like to know, because that's what they're interested in. What's in it for me? What's my opportunity? What's my benefit? And so the same thing is true. You've got households who are going to change, you're going to a dentist. You got households who change, you're going to a realtor. You got households, who are going to get a hearing aid, chiropractor, et cetera, et cetera. And all we do, once again, is define how many for you, because they want to know. And then the last piece I want to quickly show you before we get into the live program, kind of give you a feel for what we're going to be showing you, is we put together a great little break-even tool. And this is, and other lead papers have told me, that this is probably the best effective closing tool they have. Because in today's world, with all the financial stress, the businesses are pretty, how should we say, Even in good times, they're reluctant to sign a 52-week contract, right? But we've got a tool and resource for you that makes them want to say yes. And I know that's a bold statement, but makes them comfortable to say yes. And all we do with their input, like you see in this example here, is get from them their customer value and the cost of goods. Why? So we end up with their net customer value. And then all we do is we take their net customer value into the cost of the campaign. And look at that, 700 into 12,000. All they need is 18 customers. 18 new customers over 12 months. That's less than 1.5 a month. But let's put that in perspective. We'd had that example up there of a remodeling contractor a moment ago, 702 in 90 days. They need 18 over 12 months divided by 4. That's roughly 4.5. 4.5 out of 702. They do the math and they go, that's a no-brainer. So I'm anxious to show you this. It's a tool and a resource to engage the business so that they realize there's no risk. They will absolutely make money with their vision campaign. So simple as that. And once again, from Ben, why Pulse just works, and this is key. Ben came up with this, and they're using it in all the other lead papers. Tip of the spear. And tip of the spear is the 702. It's what's in it for the business. And Ben said, every sales call, every time, no excuses. Every time, regardless of what you're presenting, digital only, events, print and digital, print only, whatever it is, you start the conversation in person, on the phone, or with an email with what's in it for the business. Tip of the spear. That's become, the lead mantra. And kind of put it into, kind of the flow of the summary. Start with tip of the spear, the conversation about and for their business. Then, many of you have the needs analysis to really get a better idea of who their target customer is, et cetera, et cetera. Then your vision proposal, and then use that Pulse return on investment break-even tool I just shared you the mock-up of, so they realize, well, that's a no-brainer. I can absolutely say yes to not just a 3-month, but I'll be bold as an ex-ad director, to a 52-week program. Why? Because it doesn't take that many more customers to pay for 52 weeks, to break even on 52 weeks. And is that the best interest of the business? If they advertise 52 weeks for furnace repair, are they going to get more of the furnace repair opportunity? How about the realtor advertising 52 weeks about they're the person to call to list the home? Are they going to get more of the listings that you reach? Absolutely. So it's in their best interest. How to get appointments today? Katie mentioned that a moment ago. Appointments are very important. In the good old days, before this darn pandemic, the businesses in Winston-Salem, Greensboro, et cetera, they had a pretty good idea what would be happening in the next few months. Why? They had history. Things were normal, predictable. But now everything's been blown up. They don't know what's going to be happening. So when you call them up on the phone, you send them an email, or you drop in with information, the crystal ball, the insight, what's in the pipeline for their business. It's so much easier to get an appointment. Ben shared with me there was an ad rep in Madison, Wisconsin, who picked up the phone a couple of days ago and called an insurance agent. Cold call insurance agent. And he shared with them, thought you might like to know, we did an insurance survey. Well, what do you mean? Well, we asked you plan to change your new insurance agent. What'd you find out? And this gentleman shared with the business how many households that the Madison newspapers reached were going to change or get a new insurance agency. And before he even went on to, change or need auto insurance, homeowners insurance, the insurance agent said, can you come over this afternoon? True story. Can you come over this afternoon? Why? Because he no longer was calling up and talking about a particular product or promotion. He was talking about opportunity, and that got the business's attention. And so now I've kind of gone over the big picture. The research, kind of the real world out there, the businesses and what they want. But really what's most important, tip of the spear, engaging with the business about and for their business, the benefit, the opportunity for them. So without further ado, let's go to your live site and show you how simple it is. So it's live right now. And as Katie just said, each of you have your own email and login. All you do is you go to pulseresearch.com, any device, anywhere, anytime. And by the way, let me just go right up here to help and go to FAQ. You see that help FAQ? This is how to put the Pulse, it's not an app, but the ability to access Pulse on your mobile device. So on your smartphone or on a tablet. It's a beautiful thing. Why? Because you can engage with the business in person, interactively with the information that they love. I've had so many times you walk in a business on a four-legged sales call. Well, I only have 5 minutes. 45 minutes later, they still want to know more. And the difference is, I can't repeat this enough, the big difference is we're not talking about us. We're talking about the opportunity of our audience for that business. So suggestion number one, put it right on your mobile device. Help, FAQ, and here's the directions, okay? So now let's go back to the dashboard and I'll give you a quick tour here. This is designed for you to be able to access very quickly whatever is your need. What do you got to have right now? Do you want to have prospects? Do you want to engage? Do you want to make a formal presentation? Do you want to close? So let's say for the moment, you want to get some prospects. I mean, obviously, ad reps, including myself, I wanted to find new prospects, find somebody new out there, right? And so Pulse has put together for you a list of business categories because of the pandemic that have been most sold. Obviously, people's behavior, shopping behavior has changed. Obviously, more people are spending time at home, right? So these are the top 20 business categories most sold since the pandemic started in March, okay? So you got everything from realtors, and everybody knows, real estate is just, booming. Takeout pizza, for instance, everything relating to the home, furniture, financial advisors, etc. So how do you find prospects? Well, it's really, really simple. All you do is just click on a category. Let me pick one of my favorite ones here, legal firms. This is one you can sell a heck of a lot of business in. So you click on find, and it'll bring up for you a local map with businesses in that category. So we clicked on legal. Here's legal firms. This is a Google mashup. It's not perfect. But some of you are not in Greensboro. You're in Winston-Salem. You're in some of your community papers. No problem. You notice there's a zip code right here. Just change the zip code to your preferred location zip code, okay? Then click on the little tag here, okay? Change the zip code, and then you can add that zip code and set up that zip code. Your zip code as the default. So when you come back in again and you click on find, it'll default to your zip code and you're ready to go. And by the way, and I'm going to go back to the dashboard here, apologies for jumping around a bit. We've got a great little training program here for you. And it's a walkthrough. And the first time you click on it like I've done with my new account, you say, yeah, I want to start the Pulse training program. Okay, so it kind of signs you up. And it's really very, very, how should we say, comfortable. It just takes you through the Pulse program. And each one of the sessions has about a 4 to 5 minute video. And it has an assignment for each of the sessions. So we talked a moment ago about where do the numbers come from, little video, okay? Review the methodology, prospecting, little video on the Pulse prospecting. But then you have some assignments. So when you click, you watch the video, and you click that you did each one of the assignments here, and no cheating. Then you click confirm, I did it. And guess what? Katie and Melanie and your other managers will get a confirmation that you did that training step. But just a quick overview since we're here. We've also got a call planner for you, the teaser, getting the appointment, flyer, needs analysis, one page, you get the idea. right at your fingertips is a training to help you get up to speed quicker, faster with Pulse. I'll be blunt. Pulse has a lot of stuff. You know, we've been working on this, I'm proud to say, 36 years. I founded Pulse 36 years ago in January of '85. And so it's a pretty robust program. So take a look at the training, and now let's go back to our prospecting, if we might, okay? So the first one I suggested was the COVID. That gives you a nice array of some pretty encouraging or positive businesses to call on because of the increased purchasing because of the pandemic. But here's probably the most popular one we've got. Under prospecting, find new leads. It's our prospecting based upon most sold. Pulse is unique in that we're able to track, and we'll get into the reporting momentarily, we're able to track every time an ad rep creates a presentation. We know what category you created it. And then when you put what happened, into the reporting program, did you sell it? Did they say no, et cetera? We know the actual close ratio. We know the average sale. So what's cool about this is for other ad reps, including lead publications, frankly, over 600 publications, 6,000 ad reps in North America, this is on an ongoing basis, updated in real time, the most sold business categories. It's a great prospecting tool because there's some, frankly, low-hanging fruit here. We were talking about legal firm a second ago, and I got onto the training. So let's go back to the legal firm. Click on find, number 11 most sold. Once again, you can put in your own zip code, but here's how you create a teaser or flyer. You can go to the list here and click on create. You can click on teaser, flyer. We've got a full presentation, or you can create a spec ad. Metro's Ad Wizard is integrated right into your Pulse program. There's 7 different access points to create a spec ad. So let's create a flyer right here, just quick and simple. We click on flyer, for Joel Boughton legal firm, or excuse me, Dwayne Bryant legal firm. And look at that, it creates a flyer for you literally in seconds. Now you've got the ability to edit this flyer, to customize it by audience and by products and services. So you've got a wide range of different product packages that you sell. So you click here, right here on the pen, change audience. You click here, it defaults to your Greensboro News and Record, print and web. And by the way, we formulate net households reached. We take out the duplication because obviously people read the paper and also go to your website, right? We've got to take out the duplication or it's going to overstate the purchasing. So you can change literally in seconds the presentation. So this was set up for Greensboro, but let's say that I am an ad rep from Winston-Salem. So no problem. I just click here on Winston-Salem. I click on update, and there we go. I've changed the presentation now to the households, net households, print and web that you reach in your Winston-Salem geographic area. Okay? But look at that. Look at the story. You've got over 3,000. And this is something they don't know unless you call them and get out there and share this great news with them. 3,000 households you reach. We're going to change or get a new attorney in the next 3 months. And once again, you can edit to your community paper, whichever individual paper. And by the way, if you've got a special combination, you just click on combo audience. You put in a name. You can label it paper A plus paper B plus paper C. Put in the audience size, households, and click on update. So it gives you the flexibility. And by the way, you can also fine tune and customize the products and services in any flyer presentation. You click on the editing pen and it goes right into the research. Look at this. So maybe, and let's say we're doing a Zoom webinar and you're the attorney firm and you're looking at your computer screen in the Zoom webinar. And the gentleman says, my gosh, I want to know about taxation needs. I want to know about patent. I want to know about malpractice. You get the idea. It becomes kind of like a feeding frenzy because it's about and for them. And so with them, and you can do this on your phone in person or on a Zoom webinar, you can go right into the research. Nobody else can do this. Nobody else can do this. You can be a level of consultancy that you've never been able to do before. And then you just click on update And now you've created a custom opportunity report for them. And by the way, look at the opportunity here in wills and trusts. Over 5,000 households you reach. Plan to change or get a new attorney to either get a new or update their will or trust. That's huge. I personally sold many, many 52-week packages with this one little number right here. Why is this number bigger, by the way? Because they're not going to change the firm, but they're looking at updating their will. Okay? That's huge. That's absolutely huge. And by the way, you're going to see when you're creating flyers like this, you're going to see more households going to buy a used car than go to a used car dealership. Once again, people can buy a used car not only at a used car dealership, but they can buy a used car from a private party. They can buy a used car from a new car dealership. So you're going to have more used car purchasing that are going to a used car dealership. So there's more opportunity than they're potentially going to get. So that's how you can very quickly create the flyer. And I'm going through this stuff very fast, but once again, right on your home page is the link to the Pulse training and certification program. So now let's go back here, if I might, and I'm going to click on the dashboard again. I'm doing another quick example for you. You can do a map of your sales territory as a prospecting. So you click on map, and once again, you can put in the code. Let's say put in Greensboro. Okay, Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay, there we are. And you can move this map around, and then you can save it or put in your own local zip code once again. Okay, and so I like to zoom right into my sales territory, right? Because there's probably businesses, you know, that I haven't called on, right? So here's a credit union. So let's click on the credit union. Okay, once again, what do you want to do? You want to create a teaser, a flyer, a full presentation, which you do in a moment, or create a spec ad. Okay, let's create. Well, first, before we do that, we've got another program for you to help you organize. It's the Pulse Call Planner. So I want to put together a list of businesses, and let me go back here. I'm going to go back to Hot Prospects. Excuse me for 1 second. So I'm going to click on a category in Hot Prospects versus one business, you know, in the map. So let me click on Auto Repair Shops. Bear with me a second. I want to share with you the call planner. It's pretty cool. So let's say you want to put together your call list for the week, your prospects for the week. Okay, and maybe you've got a specific goal, you know, or requirement, KPI, and how many prospects you need to identify each week. No problem. You just use the Pulse prospecting tools, and then look at this. You add it to your call plan. Add the business to your call plan. Add the business to your call plan. Add the business to your call plan. And then you come up here, and each one of you has your own individual call plan. Okay? And these are the businesses I added just seconds ago to my call plan. And so this is a tool, A, to put together your call prospect list, but then it also helps you because look at this, right in your call planner, you can come right over here and you can create a flyer. Simple as that. So you can create a list and then use that list in your call planner as your organization tool. And then you can also put in what happened. So you just click here, like on Archie Herring State Farm. What'd you do? I'm gonna go down one here that we didn't do anything yet. So your Reagan House, we click on Add Activity, record the type of call. It was a phone call. What was the purpose of the call? To get an appointment, okay? But if you went in or you made a presentation, what did you present? Print and digital. What's your next action? A proposal and a spec ad. When? You click here. Let's say it's next Monday. Click on Monday. Then you can put it in your Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, etc. You can even put in some notes. And so the call planner is a tool and a resource, put together a prospect list and then follow up. And literally at the same time, you can use it to create like a teaser. So you just click on teaser, and the teaser is cool in this way. When you print a teaser, it prints as a half page. And so you can print the teaser, wrap it around that flyer that you might have, let's say you've got, a special section coming up or something, you can print it and fold it around there. So you're starting with the tip of the spear, the words to say. I thought you might like to know. We did an automotive repair shop survey. Look what we found out. We've got almost 8,000 households who said yes, in the next 3 months, they plan to use an auto repair shop. Once again, tip of the spear, gets their interest, gets their attention right away. And then that leads into, how do you reach them? Well, with the different proposals and options that you have as you present through, your vision program. And so now, a couple quick things to show you one is we have a presentation program. It's called the One Page. So the engagement is to get their attention, right? To get them salivating, so they realize the opportunity, so they want to advertise to get their share. Now you can come in with the One Page and put together a specific proposal. So let's create a proposal here, okay? So I'm gonna create a proposal for Jacob Raymond Custom Jewelry, okay? And so it's a jewelry store. Once again, you can select your audience from the drop-down list. So I'm gonna use the Statesville Record and Landmark Print and Web, okay? And then I can put in my ad package. And so let's say this is, and you might call it, vision package. And let's say, and I just, I don't know what rate you have, but $5,200 for 52 weeks. Let's be 520 weeks. Let's be a little bolder here, 10,000, okay? Pulse gives you, based upon our experience, feedback from businesses, ad reps, et cetera, what the average household will spend for each one of the business categories in Pulse. We put in a gross profit holder of 50% because we don't know, but let me show you how that works. Now in the One Page, you get to choose the products and services. So you click on products and services, okay? It shows you the products and services for that business category that was most selected by other ad reps. So you can choose, oh, earrings look good. Yeah, that'd be cool. Wedding rings, of course, or jewelry store, men's jewelry, necklaces, okay? Pendants, watches, you get the idea. You're selecting what you think that business might be interested in, okay? Then you click finish, okay? Then, and I'm sure you've heard this before, well, I don't need to advertise with you. I'm on Facebook, and Facebook reaches everybody, right? Well, you can show them because of the fragmentation today, Facebook doesn't reach everybody. Radio doesn't reach everybody. TV doesn't reach everybody. Nobody reaches everybody. It's highly fragmented. And by the way, I'm going to go up a little here. We've got, and we asked in the survey, because the businesses want to know, what automotive sites do you go to? So we asked, if you were looking to buy a new car, used car, which automotive sites would you go to? Okay. And I've had many times, a dealer say to me, well, we don't need to advertise, because we've got our own website, we've got our own Facebook page, et cetera. Look at this, local dealer website. 38% of newspaper readers, website visitors said yes, they would go to a local dealer website. But that means that 62% would not. 38% said yes, they would. Only 3% said they would go to a Facebook dealer page. Okay, let's go down to real estate because we did the same thing. And by the way, all of this is in your Pulse training program. So real estate, and this is, how to overcome, the objection, you don't reach everybody. Okay, look at this, Zillow. And I'm sure those of you do real estate. Well, I don't need to advertise with you guys. Brent is dead. We're on Zillow. We don't need you. But look at this, Zillow. 38% said yes, they would go to Zillow. But what's that mean? 62% would not go to Zillow. Wow. So if you've got 1,000 listings that you reach, 1,000 households you reach are going to list their home in the next 90 days, which is a big deal. And they say, well, I'll get them on Zillow. Sorry, 62% or 620 of those listings that you reach, they miss if they don't also advertise with you and they're only advertising on Zillow. So a lot of stuff for this program. We've got employment sites, okay? We've got rental sites, but the big picture is Facebook, right? And so we've got 88.8% of a newspaper's web and print digital audience have not responded to a business Facebook offer in the last 30 days. They're missing your opportunity. Simple as that. So let's take a couple here. We'll do the business Facebook offer. I'm on radio. I don't need you. Okay. And I'm just going to do one of the real estate just to show you how it fits in here. Zillow. But you're in charge. This is to show them what they're missing. Okay. And then down here, you can put in return on investment. And we got a, what, $10,000 campaign. So 60,000 is a 6-time return. And so 60,000. And I know once again, I'm going through this fast, but it's okay. You've got it all in your training program. Another nice thing is ad readership. Once again, you can create a spec ad. We'll get back to that in just a second. You click on Save Presentation. And here's your one-page presentation. It's got the big number. So a lot of people start out with a one page. It's got the products and services, but it ties right into your vision proposal. Here's the proposal, 10,000. It automatically calculates out for you how few customers they need. But look at this. You've got it on your tablet or your phone. You're on a Zoom webinar with them. You click on the editing, and it brings up the Pulse break-even calculator. And here's a couple words to say. This is what I learned out in the field. You're the boss. I know times are tough. You decide what's comfortable for you. Let's take away the uncertainty. What do you mean by that? Well, let's figure out what's comfortable for you based upon how many customers you need, new customers you need to pay for a program. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, but to do that, we need to know what is your customer value. What would a new household spend over the next 12 months at your jewelry store? The average around the country is $750. Every jewelry store is different. You know, roughly what is yours? Well, ours is about $1,200, okay? And we've got to take out the cost of goods, the cost of the jewelry, right? Before we can figure out how many households you need to pay for an advertising campaign, right? So roughly what's your cost of goods? And they know this, by the way, 65%. Okay, so you make about $420. That sounds about right. Look at that. All you need is just 24 customers. Just 24, okay? How did we get that? 420, their net customer value into the $10,000 campaign. That's 24. That's only 2 a month. And by the way, there was over 480, if I recall, households were going to shop at a jewelry store. And I've asked a business, do you think with this level of consistency and repetition that you're going to get with the Vision program, that you're going to get at least 24 new customers, 24 out of the 408? And they say, yeah, that's a no-brainer. It takes away the fear. It's a phenomenal closing tool. But let's say we get some rascal out there, I don't think that'll be right. Then you see, look at this. You say, what do you think is the fewest number of new customers you're going to get? Let them decide. Well, I think 12. Somehow they just cut it in half. It's just amazing. So they're gonna try and give you a knee knock, right? So 12. Okay, so 12 customers at $420 each. That's a $5,000 campaign. You ready? They just sold themselves. And so, quick summary. Build into the one page is the break-even calculator, ROI. That's what Lee calls it. It's engaged for you to get with the business. You got this up on your smartphone, and you've got it on your computer dashboard in a Zoom webinar. Let's do this together. Let's figure out. You're the boss. What's comfortable for you and number of customers. But to do that, what's your customer value? Okay, or customer value, and what's your net cost of goods? And then from then, they literally sell themselves. So once again, this is in the Pulse closing tool. And so this calculates out for them how many customers they need. And then back here, down here, if they have said to you in the past, well, I'm not going to advertise with you because we've got our own Facebook page. Well, we asked about Facebook. Would you use Facebook? Okay, look at that. 89% said no, they have not responded to a business Facebook offer in the last 30 days, 89%. So if they're putting their necklace special, on Facebook only, they're missing 89% of the 345 households. Who reaches? You reach. Who are going to buy a necklace. And by the way, can you also change the one-page audience? Absolutely. Just click on the editing pen. As simple as this, we'll do Morgantown. Boom. Simple as that. 189 households in Morgantown. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Smaller community, but 189 to a jewelry store who's hurting for some additional business, wants to know some solutions. They're going to love to know there's 260 households you reach. They're going to buy earrings. Okay. And so it provides you with everything you need to engage, present, show them how few customers they need. So no longer are you settling for, that one-time ad, maybe a 3-month ad. No, it's a 52-week program. I was an ad rep once. That's what puts money in your pocket. That's an annuity because every month you're getting a commission for 12 months on your contracts you're selling. So I would certainly present 12-month programs. And the reason is you can show them very quickly how few customers they need. And it takes away the fear, it takes away the risk, okay? And then also, look at this. 96% of your audience read print ads. And here's a great statistic from your research. 58% of the households said, yes, they either purchased or sought more information from advertising in a local paper. I get so sick of hearing print is dead. You are not dead. You are a powerhouse of putting buyers and businesses together. So that's an overview of the one-page presentation. So let me just go back to the dashboard here, click off. And then also, by the way, you've got access to your closing tool right here on the front page. You just click and there it is, fill in the blanks. So you can just walk in and just say, let's work together. Let's figure out, there's 1,000 households going to change to get a new will. Let's figure out what's comfortable for you to get your share of those. And then we shared you the break even, or the training. And now in wrap up, I want to share with you the reporting program. This is to help you. So when you're on your phone or a mobile device, you will have a list of all the presentations that you've created. You can easily access them. What's the benefit for that? Well, it's actually pretty cool because you can just click right here on flyer and it creates a flyer that's on your mobile device. Okay? So as simple and fast as that. And let's say you want to do a spec ad. You go back here, you click here on create. Okay, and we've got attorney. We click on create spec ad and it takes you right into the Metro Creative Graphics Ad Wizard program. We put in the programming to automatically link you right into Metro. It looks like somehow my internet just died there. So let's go back here. Go here and click on spec ad. Okay, that looks better. And by the way, Pulse is constantly updating and enhancing the program. So every once in a while we break it, okay? So don't worry, we'll have it back up and running in a second. So now you're into your Ad Wizard program. Simple as that. So anywhere where you see in the program, create a spec ad. And this is beautiful. I had a business once say, yeah, this is great. I think I can get my share of the customers, but I don't have time to put together a campaign. If you can put together a campaign, I'll advertise. And so obviously spec ads are huge today. The Pulse program gets you their attention, starts the conversation, shows them where the opportunity is, but it's the spec ads that makes it so much more doable, realistic. Let's get going. And so you just click on spec ad, then it automatically puts in the appropriate business category, the keywords, okay? You can click on exact match, print spec ads, web or mobile spec ads, and click on find ads. And then it brings up a wide range of different spec ads for you, okay? Then you just click on one of them, click on create spec ad, and as simple and as fast as that, it'll populate that spec ad that you selected with that business information. And by the way, if you have any questions on the Metro Ad Wizard spec program, they are more than happy to assist and help you with it. But it gives you the ability to add it to your Pulse presentation. You can email it, you can print it as a PDF, etc. Pulse is proud to have the Ad Wizard program as part of your Pulse program. So you just click on off here and you go right back to the Pulse program. So let me just, there we go. Okay. And so now, and I apologize for covering so much so quickly. As I said in the beginning, everybody at Pulse is totally committed to assist and support you. These aren't easy times, but frankly, the opportunity is huge because the businesses now more than ever actually want and need help. They want to know where's the opportunity. They want ideas and solutions, and that's where the information comes in about and for their business. So before I turn it back over to Katie, if you have any questions, suggestions, or need help, marlene@paper.net. marlene@paper.net. We're glad to help you in any way we possibly can. Oops, before I forget, I made a mistake here. Click on reporting. And this is in your training, by the way. Every presentation you create is automatically there. And you just come over to your navigation dots, and then you can mark it as engaged, that you talk to them with a flyer. You can mark it as sold, okay? You can edit it, you mark it as passed, you can delete the presentation, etc. And you can also do that on the very front page. So you come back down here. My apologies, I got a backfilling here. You see the navigation here? You click here, and this helps you keep organized where you're at with them. You can mark it as engaged. So you call them up, you use the teaser flyer information, and you did that today, the 6th. You just click set, and you get Pulse points. Then you can come back in and you can mark it as sold, okay? You just click mark it as sold, okay? And then you can put in the sales value, okay, what type of sale is it? It's a new sale or it's split between new and renewal, okay? It's a new sale, and set. Simple as that. And by the way, it's all in your Pulse training. So sorry, I almost forgot the reporting, which is an extremely critical part of the program, is that you guys get credit for your use and results with the Pulse program. And so thank you again on behalf of Pulse. It's now about 2 minutes to 5 your time. And Katie, would you kindly wrap it up for us?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, John. I'm really excited about this tool because, as we discussed with the Triad team this morning, we have the vision tool, which is going to help us put together solutions that make sense based on the market opportunity. But Pulse really takes out the guesswork as far as what that opportunity is right now in terms of what customers are available to these different business owners. And that's a big deal. Using the ROI calculator, it takes out the risk for those customers. It gives you talking points. It allows you to generate prospects and keep track of the different prospects for different initiatives or just for long term. I love that we're talking about 52-week contracts. And, it's so important to be able to do the math for your clients and say, okay, if you have this investment over the next 12 months, this is the number of customers it's going to take to make that investment worth it. And again, helping take the guesswork out for these customers, showing them the market opportunity. I think a combination of Pulse to help us start the process, the tip of the spear, as John had mentioned, and then utilizing Vision to put together a multimedia program for these customers that make sense and are within the spend and the opportunity that the research shows this is a winning formula. So I want to thank everyone for being on the call today. Again, you already have these logins. I recommend going right in and downloading this to your phone so you can grab this information on the fly as we spend more time out in the field prospecting and not just from phones. So thank you again, John. If anyone has any questions on the process, this call, of course, was recorded. We'll reshare this with everyone, but please utilize the certification tools as a refresher. And one thing I wanted to mention too is that we've been working with Affinity, and they are able to log into the Metro Creative ad wizard to pull ads, spec ads that you might have put together. and utilize those for customers, as well as you can export the PDF. So, you know, we're one system, we're working all together towards a common goal, which is driving contractual revenue with solutions that make sense and will drive leads for our customers. So that's it for me, John. Thank you again, everyone. And if you have any questions, let us know.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm honored to be on your team. And today's the first day. So marlene@paper.net if I can help in any way.
Awesome. Thank you, John. And thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, guys.